It's your man Julian back again. Crazy stories from my crazy life.
These are crazy stories. These are crazy stories. These are crazy stories from my crazy life.
I had a weird last 9 or 10 days. About 9 days ago, so for those of you who don't know, I'm 32 years old. Not that young, not that old. But what I haven't really had is friends pass away. Until the last maybe 10 days. Probably about 10 days ago, a friend of mine from second grade on through high school, through graduating high school, Mr. Shayne Benner, passed away. Or, well, at least that's when I found out. I think it was a couple days before that, but he still lived back home in Ohio. My father sent me the obituary. And it was just weird. Still doesn't feel weird. He was 33. It just didn't feel like, why would that happen so early? And it said natural causes in his obituary. I don't know. That's scary to me to think that a 33-year-old can die from natural causes. But trying to think, okay, unfortunately he and I had lost touch since high school. But I know he had a little child, and my heart hurts for his family, for his child. Then just shooting this on a Sunday, on Friday, getting some reception, getting out of work, and a good friend of mine, Kevin, texts me and tells me that our friend Matt York passed away late the night before in a motorcycle accident. Now, unlike Shayne, Matt and I met after high school. We met about 9 years ago. It's probably a little under 9 years ago. We've been friends ever since. He came to Dominican Republic for mine and my wife's wedding. He's a great guy. He passed away in a motorcycle accident. It was weird. So I was gone for a year and just came back a few months ago. He and I kind of lost touch a little bit, but we'd Snapchat back and forth. But he had a 3-year-old son. I had a son that's 1, almost 2, maybe 2 next month. So, I mean, kids take up a lot of your time. Work, kids, and then if you get a second to scratch your butt, you take it. I got hobbies, try to do stuff like this, fantasy football, little cheesy things that I'm into. If you want to watch a show, a movie, it just takes up your time. So I wanted for Shayne and for Matt tell a little something about them, a little funny story involving them, or at least the time I was with them. So this one will be a twofer. I'm going to give a double. Something about Shayne that I remember very well, a funny story, and something about a time involving Matt. So I'll start with Shayne, since I knew him first. It's earlier in life. I want to say it was about 5th grade. It was about 5th grade. So just barely entering middle school, barely entering puberty. By the way, rest in peace, Shayne Benner. Rest in peace, Matthew York. Both great men. I hope your families are taken care of. Your children. Shayne had, I believe, a little girl. I know Matt had a little boy. But so Shayne, there's a saying now that people say you should give people the flowers while they're alive. Give them the roses. Give them the roses while they can still smell it, while they can still smell them. So I butchered that, but yes, give them the roses while they can still smell them. What that means is give them the flowers while they're alive, and if you admire somebody, tell them about it. Tell them that you appreciate them, you admire them, you look up to them for whatever this is. I never got to tell Shayne what I admired, looked up to him for. And I hope his family doesn't find this distasteful. If I were in Shayne's shoes, if somebody said this to me, I'd be like, oh, wow, it makes me feel good. Thank you. I would think it'd be a funny story about me. So hopefully if this does bother anybody and you catch it, message me and I'll take it down. Or maybe I'll edit the video and take this part, Shayne's part out. But so Shayne had, when we were in 5th grade, the largest penis I've ever seen on a fifth grade boy. It was. I remember the first time I saw it. I saw it out of the corner of my eye, and then I had to look all the way because I had to give it both eyes. It was like I saw all of Hogwarts at once. Like there were flying books, and there was a train just showing up right on time. There was all these things. There were professors and children, and so much magic. There was so much magic. I just wanted to ask him, how did you do it? Show me your secrets. Tell me how you do what you do. It was one of the most incredible things I've ever seen in my entire life. And to this day, I always remember Shayne. I said, hey, I saw Shayne the other day. First thing goes to my head is, dude's got a big, huge dong. Big, huge dong. And now, I never saw his dong again once we were in high school, and I feel like high school came, I started to grow into mine. Because I was a kid, like a younger kid, when I saw his always just seemed so big in my head. I don't know if it got even bigger. I don't know that, but I do know it looked like he had a man dong on his boy body. It was freaking incredible. So yeah, if somebody looked up to the size of my dong, which I don't know if anybody ever has, does, or will, it's nothing to be ashamed of, but nothing that impressive either. Very medium-sized. Gets the job done. But, or maybe it doesn't. I don't know. But nevertheless, I digress. Yeah, just kind of wish I would have gotten a chance to hang out with Shayne as adults and tell him that. We could let him smell his roses while he was still here. And tell him, dude, you might not know this, but I've always thought, like, man, I'm slightly jealous of the size of that guy's dong. Because when you're a kid, man, you're insecure about everything. I was chubby. Man, was I insecure. I was so insecure as a child for being fat. And then, like, you're worried about, like, does my thing look normal? Is it small? Is it too big? It's definitely, no. That didn't really go through my head. But you just think, like, is this normal? You don't know. You're a kid. You're insecure about everything. But what I did know is that dude was bigger than any other dudes I'd ever seen. Now, went to a small white town, so a lot of white people around there. Maybe I had some diversity in that little Lordstown school, maybe I would have seen some other people with big dongs. But as far as what I saw, it was Shayne and only Shayne in the category of big, huge dongs in elementary, middle school. So, all right, rest in peace, Shayne Benner. I miss you, brother. Matt York. I'll do a funny story about Matt. There are multiple times with Matt. Oh, man. This one's really fresh, too. So, I really miss this guy. Such a great dude. He was an adrenaline junkie, similar to myself. Super athletic, man. Wakeboarding, snowboarding. Like, man, he'd get up so quick. I'd usually be able to get up, but it'd take me like, I gotta get up. My balance has never been great. But man, love that dude. Super jealous of his athletic abilities. Always. He was able to do things a lot quicker. Like pick things up quicker than I've been able to. I'd have to work harder to things he'd be able to naturally do. So I was jealous of him that. Again, I wish I would have told him that. I wish I would have let him smell those roses when he was here. But funny story involving Matt. So Matt, he and I lived in Cincinnati, Ohio together. I was dating my now wife. It was the first year we were living together. And Matt had a boat. And we'd go out on the Ohio River right in Cincinnati. And always just have a blast. Well, this one, I was, and our friend Kevin, who was out with us, and some other people. My wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, was not actually with us this night. I remember telling Matt, I'm like, dude, I gotta. We were out. We were out. By the way, we were like an hour from where we pulled out, and it was nighttime. We went late after work, so it's probably about 9:30 at night. And I want to say it was the fall or the spring. It wasn't summer, but it was warm. It was like 78 degrees out, warm enough to be out in the water and stuff. And had to be the fall because the water was warm too. But we went, and I'm telling him, like, dude, I gotta go. Like, I gotta go the business. I need you to pull in somewhere. He's like, bro, there's nowhere. There's nowhere to pull in. I go, I don't think you understand this. Like, it just hit me like a ton of bricks. This is code brown alert, right here, right now. I go, you don't want these problems on your boat, bro. He goes, I'll tell you what. I'll pull out somewhere and you can just go swim. I go swimming? He goes, yeah, bro. Gotta go swimming. And we're having this whisper conversation with other people on the boat. People are going, what are they talking about? We're being so frustrated with them. Come on, man. How could you not have somewhere to pull in? He's like, how could you not know this was going to happen? Like, damn it, that's a valid point. So I go out. I get in the water. I don't know if my friend Kevin, if he sees this, I don't even know if he knows this. He got in the water too. And I start swimming, getting really far away from everybody. I think it might have just been me and Kevin in the water at this point. And I'm like, I got to get so far away from Kevin because I don't want to tell him what I'm doing. And if he were in my shoes, I'd be so upset if he was found out he was near me and dumping. So what if they floated up near me? So I can't. That's my friend. I can't do that to my friend. So I'm trying to get the heck out of there. So I swim decently far away. I can't remember who it was. Somebody, Julian, you good? Yeah, I'm good, man. Just enjoying the night, looking at the stars. And so I handle my business, swim back. The weirdest thing was, like, to this day, it's the only time I've ever done that in water. And I remember thinking, like, do I wipe, or does the water clear that up? I still don't know the answer to that. In case you're wondering, I didn't. And as soon as I got home, I showered and scrubbed, and I probably threw away those shorts. I can't remember that, to be honest, but I probably threw them away because I remember feeling real disgusted with myself. But when I get back on the boat, Matt goes, "You good, bro?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, thanks. That was weird. That was so weird." And we both just laughed, and it's just a stupid memory of stupid times we'd have together. Whether we were drinking beer in Mount Adams in July for Christmas in July. Had some Christmas ale from Great Lakes Brewery. Or he was down at the wedding. Some of my friends that met Matt at our wedding call him Stifler because he resembled Sean William Scott a little bit. It's kind of funny. And he's a fun guy, and he liked to party too. So it was just cool dude. Rest in peace, Matthew York. Wishing nothing but the best to your family and your little son. If he's anything like you, he's gonna be a cool guy. And I just hope he's safe in life. Love you, brother. Rest in peace to you both. Shayne Benner and Matthew York.